Hello everyone. In the previous lecture we have started our next chapter, that is graph theory, and now in this lecture we will study what is the multigraph and what is the weighted graph. Now let's see first what is the multigraph. A computer network may contain the multiple links between the data centers, and to model such networks the graphs are needed that have more than one edge connecting the same pair of the vertices. So this sentence is very important. To model such network, the graphs are needed that have more than one edge connecting the same pair of the vertices. Means between the same pair there are the more than one edges present. The graphs that may have the multiple edges connecting the same vertices are called as the multigraphs. Understood? Multiple edges connecting the same vertices. A directed graph that has multiple directed edges from a vertex to a second vertex, it is called as a directed multigraph. In other words, if in a graph multiple edges between the same set of the vertices are allowed, then we can call it as a multigraph. In other words, it is a graph having at least one loop or the multiple edges. See here the example of the multigraph. There are the four vertices are there, A, B, C and D. So see here between the A and D, there are the two vertices A and D. There are the three edges are there. Similarly, in the B and C, there are also three edges. A and C, there are the two edges are there. So in the same set of the vertices, there are the more than one edge is present. That's why this graph is called as a multigraph. Multiple edges between the same set of vertices. See here one example. Consider a graphical representation of a highway map. Means suppose you want to represent the highway map in the terms of the graph. So in which that edge represents the lane between the two cities. Then cities corresponds to the vertices corresponds to the cities. Means in which an edge between the two cities corresponds to a lane in a highway between the cities. Means suppose you want to represent this highway map in terms of the graphs, then the vertices represents the cities and the edges means highway or lane between the two cities. Understood? Then since there are the often multiple highways between the pair of cities, means suppose there are the two cities are there. You can consider the Kolhapur and Sangli. Then between these two cities there are the multi-lane highways are there. So we can call it as the representation of the multigraph, or this highway map can be represented as a multigraph. So this is one example of the multigraph. Now next point is the weighted graph. What is that weighted graph? A graph in which weights or the numerical values are assigned to each of the edges, then it is called as a weighted graph. So consider one example here. So I took this example from the net. So there is a Mary's graph is there. So Mary's graph, it is a weighted graph. Why it is a weighted graph? Because the distances between the cities are the weights of the edges. Suppose see here the first there are the in this graph there are the five vertices are there, A, B, C, D, E and F. So six vertices are there. So these vertices correspond to the cities. Okay. So Mary want to go from this her city from to friend city. So there are the possible paths are there, the possible ways to reach that friend city. From M to A to F, from M to B, B to F, from M to D, and D to C and C to F. So between these two vertices there is the edge like MA, AF. These edges correspond to the distances or the highways between the two cities, And what is the numerical value? 50, 70, 60, 80 and 30. These weights corresponds to the distances between the two cities. Understood? So by using this graph, anyone can understand which one is the shortest path and can choose that path to go to the destination. So this is one example of the weighted graph. See here another example. Consider the problem of recognizing the sentences consisting of an article followed by at most 3 adjectives, followed by a noun, and then followed by a verb, as shown in the following. So in the question itself, there are the three statements are given. First one is the train stops. Second, a little girl laughs. Then the large fluffy white clouds appear. Now question is what? Now examine each sentence word by word and then determine whether it is in the special form or not by following the weighted graph, and it starts at the vertex A. Understood? There are the 3 sentences are given and you have to understand or you have to determine whether these sentences is in the special form or not. So the question is here, when we can understand that a statement is in the special form, to make the sentence as a special form, it must be followed as an article, then adjective, then noun, and then verb. If that statement fits into this format, then and then only that statement is called as a special statement or special form. Otherwise, it is an illegal statement. So to understand this, see here one graph. What is the name of that graph? A weighted graph for the problem of recognizing sentences. Recognizing sentences means whether that statement is legal form or illegal form. Understood? So here, see here, there are the vertices A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and there is another isolated vertices is H. So there are the edges are there from each and every vertices. First one is the article, then adjective, then noun and verb. Now check sentence by sentence. Check the first statement. The train stops. First one is the article, then noun, and then stops means verb. So it fits into the our standard format. So it is a special. Next, article, then little means adjective, this is noun and this is verb. Next one, the article, then large, fluffy and white. There are the 3 adjectives are there. Okay, and clouds, noun, and then appear is the verb. So all these statements are in the special form. See here, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, article, adjective, adjective, noun and verb. First our statement is the train stops. First one is the article, then from the B to director, noun, okay, noun, article, noun and then verb. Then next statement is a little girl laughs. Article, then adjective, only one adjective is there, then noun and then verb. Last one statement has the 3 adjectives, the large, fluffy and white. So large, fluffy and white and then noun and then verb. So all these statements are in the special format because it satisfies the condition of the standard format of the statement. So see here, if the vertex G is reached, then the statement is called as a special form. So see here, if the last vertex G, if the statement or sentence reached to the last vertex, then and then only we can say that that statement is in the special form. So to simplify this drawing of the graph, arrows are used to indicate the discovery of the words that are out of the normal order. See here. See here the arrows from A to H, B to H, C to H, D, E, F and G. All are arrows pointed to the vertex H. So what does it mean? In that case, if we reach the vertex H, that indicates the detection of an illegal statement. Understood? If the vertex H is reached, then we can understand that that statement is illegal. And if the vertex is reached to the G vertex, then it is in the standard format or the special format. Next point is the paths. Path. What is meant by the path? Many problems can be solved with paths by traveling along the edges of the graphs. For instance, the graph model with paths can be used to determine whether a message can be sent between the two computers using the intermediate links. So by using this graph model, what we can determine whether a message can be sent between the two computers or not. So problems of efficiently planning the routes for the mail delivery, garbage pickup, diagnostics in computer networks, and so on. So these all such problems can be solved using the models that involve the paths in the graphs. Understood? What is the use of the path? The problems like this mail delivery, garbage pickup, diagnostics in the computer networks. So these problems or so on problems can be solved using the graph or using the paths in the graph. Understood? Now see here, what is the definition of the path? Informally, a path is a sequence of the edges that begins at a vertex of a graph and travels from vertex to vertex along the edges of the graph. The number of the edges on the path is called as the length of the path. So what is the path? Path is a sequence of the edges. It begins at vertex graph and travels from vertex to vertex along the edges of the graph. And that number of the edges is called as a length of that path. So how we can define in a directed graph? A path is a sequence of the edges ei1, ei2 up to eik such that the terminal vertex means last vertex of eij coincides with the initial vertex of eij plus 1 for j is greater than equal to 1 and less than equal to k minus 1. A path is said to be simple. Now see here, a path is said to be simple if it does not include the same edge twice. And a path is said to be elementary if it does not meet the same vertex twice. Understood? Difference between the simple and elementary. A path is said to be the simple when if it does not include the same edge twice. And in case of the elementary, it does not meet the same vertex twice. So there is a little bit difference between the simple and the elementary path. The simple path does not include the same edge twice. And in case of the elementary path does not meet the same vertex twice. Let's see here one example. A graph showing the various paths. So see here there are the, how many vertices are there? 9 vertices are there. V stands for the vertices and E stands for the edges. So how many vertices are there? By looking at this figure, 9 vertices are there, and how many edges are there? 12 edges are there. Now see here, from the figure E1, E2, E3 and E4 is a path. See here, E1, E2, E3 and E4. You see here, E1, E2, E3, E4 is a path. This is a path. Then E1, E2, E3, E5, E8, E3 and E4 is a path, but not a simple one. Why not a simple one? To satisfy the simple path, you have to satisfy a condition of does not meet the same edge twice. Okay, there is one condition to make a path as a simple path. So what is that condition? Does not meet the same edge twice. So here in this set, by using this or by looking at this set, you can understand E1, E2, E3, E5, E10 and E3 again. So in this set, E3 edge is repeated. That's why it is a path but not a simple path. Understood? So you can check this path in the graph also, E1, E2, E3, E5. E1, E2, E3, E5. After that E8, again E3 and E4. E1, E2, E3, E5, again E8, and then again E3 and E4. So after that, by traveling from E8 edge, it again visited the edge E3 twice. That's why this path is not a simple path. Again, E1, E2, E3, E5, E9, E10, E11 and E4. It is a simple path but not an elementary. So why this path is a simple path? See here in the set, there is no repetition of the edges. All are the single edges, E1, E2, E3. So there are the edges are not repeated here. That's why it is called as a simple path but not an elementary. Why not elementary? Because to make a path as an elementary, we have to satisfy one condition. What is that condition? Not to visit or not to repeated vertex. In case of the simple, does not repeat the edge, but in case of the elementary, does not repeat or does not visit the vertex twice. Understood? So check here this path in the graph: E1, E2, E3, E5, E9, E9, E10, E9, then E10. After that E11 and E4. E10, E11 and E4. So see here, E1, E2, E3. After traveling along these edges, V4 vertex is visited once here after traveling with the E3 edge. After that E5, then E9, then E10, and E10, after that E11. So after visiting the edge E11, the vertex V4 is visited here again, means twice. Once E3 from E3 and another from E11. That's why here this path is not the elementary path because the V4 vertex is repeated. Understood? Now see here, next point, that is circuit. A circuit is a path that begins and ends at the same vertex. A circuit that does not repeat the vertices is called a cycle. So what is the definition of the circuit? A circuit, it is a path, it is nothing but a path, but that begins and ends at the same vertex. That is a circuit. Formal definition is what? A circuit is a path EI1, EI2, EIK in which the terminal vertex of EIK coincides with the vertex of EI1. So a circuit is said to be simple if it does not include the same edge twice, and a circuit is said to be the elementary if it does not meet the same vertex twice. Same as we have already studied in case of the path. In case of the path also same definitions for the simple and elementary. In case of the circuit also same. Circuit is said to be the simple if it does not include the same edge. In case of the elementary circuit, it does not meet the same vertex twice. See here, E1, E2, E3, E5, E9, E10, E12 and E6 and E7 is a simple circuit but not an elementary one. As we can check the simple circuit by using the set of the edges also, because there is no repetition of the edges are here. Understood? E1, E2, there are the single edges. That's why we can say that the is a simple circuit without looking at the graph also, but not an elementary one. So to check as a elementary, we have to see the graph. Elementary. E1, E2. So you can check this whether it is the elementary or not. Likewise, E1, E2, E3, E5, E6 and E7 is an elementary circuit. Why it is an elementary circuit? Because after traveling along these edges, there is no repetition of the vertex. Okay, the repetition of vertex is not done there. That's why it is a elementary circuit. Sometimes we can represent a path or a circuit by the sequence of the vertices. So means here we are representing the path or circuit in case of the edges, but we can represent this graphs or path or circuit in case of the vertices also. See here one example. Suppose there is a path E1, E2, E3 and E4. So same path we can represent as in case of the vertices also. See here V1, V2, V3, V4 and V7. Understood? And circuit E5, E9, E10, E11 can also be represented as V4, V5, V8, V6 and V4. So means in case of the edges also represent, and in case of the vertices also we can represent the path and the circuit. Okay, so now we will stop here, and in this lecture we have studied the multigraph and the weighted graph. Understood? Okay, thank you.